What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, going to be going over the trades we end up taking today into the Discord, as well as the game plan going into tomorrow. So this is what we ended up looking like today. If we go to the 30-minute chart here on the puts, you guys can see yesterday we obviously ended up crossing negative here on the 30-minute, and that ended up pushing us neutral here on the market. And then today, this actually ended up flipping bullish here on the 30-minute on the call side. So 10 went above the 50 here right off the open. The 50 didn't end up curling, probably not until like around like 12 or 1 o'clock is when the 50 actually curled. So for the beginning of the morning, we were still kind of neutral when it came to the premiums. We are sitting at a little bit of resistance on the higher time frames. If we go to the 2-hour here, this 2-hour 50 sloped down really hard. I feel like there is going to be a top that gets put in here with how aggressive this 2-hour 50 is sloping down. And then also, if we just look at the monthly contracts real quick, if we go and pull up the April contracts, we didn't cross negative yet on like the higher time frames here. So the daily chart, we closed below the 50. It's still like early to tell. This could easily come back up if we have a red day tomorrow and the 50 turns back up and we hold that monthly 50. Same thing with the 4-hour. There's still a massive gap here between the 10 and the 50, and there's still time where this could just pop right back up, reclaim the 10 and the 50. So these charts kind of not that important at the moment. It's kind of how the next day or two goes to see if we actually cross negative or if we reclaim the 10, the 50, which I kind of think we're going to reclaim that 10, the 50, given that we're at those higher time frame 50s on the call side here, just like the 2-hour. 2-hour 50 is sloped down really, really hard, and I think this is where we will top out at. I am swinging some puts into tomorrow, so we're going to see how that goes. I did end up trying a short today, and the reason behind it was very simple. We were at the 1-hour 50 down in here. It was sloped down a little bit, nothing too crazy, and we're at this fib level on ES up in here. So go to the 5-minute. I ended up trying this fib short up in here, and it kind of just stalled at this level. I ended up shorting. I didn't go right off the open. I went on this retest of it. I got filled at 66.13, had a 10-point stop, so I ended up getting stopped out on that after a little bit. Kind of just chopped around, didn't get any pullback here, which was unfortunate, but it was pretty much just a slow grind today. This is really the only trade I was looking to take. You did get a retest of the level. If you wanted to play the break and retest of it, you could have. I stayed out of this trade. This was later on in the day at like 2:20, I think. So yeah, I just didn't really feel like taking this trade. Did end up playing out if it did, or if you did end up taking it, but I was fine with just taking one trade over here and calling it a day at that. So far in the week, we're down like 22 points on ES. We see, this is the good thing about the fibs. Even though we're 0 for 2 on the week, we come back with like one good trade and we're back green. It's that simple. Even like the trade yesterday, I was really light size. I only had 3 MES. Today I went a little bit heavier. I grabbed 5 contracts instead of 3. So yeah, went a little bit heavier than my last trade to start the week, but like a high conviction trade for me, I'm grabbing anywhere from like 6 to 9 contracts. So yeah, I mean, we just need one really good setup and we'll flip back green on the week. That's why I love the fibs. Risk to rewards always in your favor when you're taking these. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking like on the week so far. 0 for 2 going into tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting because we do have Trump on in like 2 hours. He's probably speaking on like the war, and depending on how he speaks, that'll affect how we open up tomorrow. So pretty much if we get like a break below this 66.11 level, which I feel like we're going to, I feel like we're going to gap down below this fib. I'm not going to be longing this 65.15 level, most likely. We'll have to see, but that probably won't be a trade I'm taking. It depends how we look on the 30-minute chart. The 30-minute 50 looks nice and sloped up hard. Maybe I'll take it, but it's like at the same time, it's when we look at the monthlies here, I'm telling you, this is still like a possibility that we do end up holding this daily, coming back up and reclaiming the 10, the 50, and going lower. So it's kind of in the back of my mind. I'm not really the most interested in longs. Again, all depends on how the 30-minute chart looks for me to take that trade. But so when it comes for the fibs tomorrow, I have a feeling we're going to end up getting back below the 66.11 level. We'll have to see how we open up, but I feel like we're going to get a gap down slightly, especially with how the 30-minute chart looks. I mean, it looks like we're going to get a dip. So when it comes to the fibs tomorrow, the 65.15 level, if it lines up with the 30-minute 50, that's a valid trade to take. Depends how the 50 looks for me. If it's like sloped down, I'm not going to be taking the trade. And if we break back below 65.15, we're going to be back in neutral range down in here, because that's probably the two fibs we're going to be between when the 30-minute chart crosses negative on calls. So wherever we cross negative on calls on the 30-minute, whatever two fibs were between, that's the neutral range. Then you wait for a break at the range. We break out higher, fibs stay the same. If we break out lower, we end up flipping the 0%, 100% mark, and that's going to be our new set of fibs. So, like I said, tomorrow look for a cross on either side. I'd prefer like a put cross, possibly. Call cross would also work. I don't know. I just have a bearish bias still with how the monthlies look. It's not the most bearish thing in the world, but there's still a chance we end up wicking back above the 50 and seeing them move lower. So that's kind of what we look like going into tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. Join the Corey if you want to learn. I'm out. Peace.